Lauren Wright, Associate Research Scholar, Lecturer in Politics and Public Affairs, Princeton University. Lauren, you and I have done television for a long time together. Okay, and the number of times you and I have talked about somebody having their moment against Donald Trump in Republican politics, I need my hands, I need my feet to all count on, and yet it's never happened.
Right. And so, you know, this is always going to be a very annoying bone I pick with you. But when we say Trump attacking Haley might help her, it's essentially causal. You're saying that had he not attacked her, she might be doing worse. I don't think that's true. I think she's been on the rise for a while. I think the rise is cumulative. I think it's performance-based. She's done very well lately, and people are paying attention. So I don't agree with that part. I do take Corey's point, though, that these are two different groups of voters. There is not very much overlap among them, although the Haley supporters hate Trump much more than the Trump supporters hate Haley. They're actually just more apathetic about her.
And interesting, and I think that may be one of the reasons that you have sort of the ultra-Trumpers, if you want to call that, the Tucker Carlson wing, attacking her so hard because they worry about the Trump-agnostic, Trump-squishy folks who may go over to Nikki Haley. And interestingly enough, she is trying in a real way to appeal to them, taking on John Karl of ABC. Take a listen.
Why is Donald Trump only attacking Nikki Haley? Because Trump knows Haley's the only one who can beat him. Want an 80-year-old name from the past or a new generation of conservative leadership?
All right, so that was Nikki Haley's response ad to Trump attacks. Can you out-attack Trump?
Probably not. I mean, that's what he's best at. That's why voters love him in the first place. But she's probably smart not to alienate those voters. I don't think she's going to win. I think it's sort of an outlier possibility. I think what she's done is impressive. But what's really interesting is if you look at the polling, when we ask people who's your second choice, what are the alternatives? Among Trump supporters, if we ask if you're satisfied or dissatisfied, if Haley's ultimately the nominee, it's about 40%, 40%. If you ask Haley supporters if they're upset if Trump's the nominee, it's 70% are dissatisfied. And so she's really trying to keep both coalitions happy. There just aren't that many people in this mix, and the elites that you're talking about are different than the voters who will cast their ballot.
Yeah, both the elites within Haley world are different than Haley voters, and the elites within Trump world are different than the voters there.
Yep.
Always good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.